fast-paced environment that you're going to be in. So like that's also, I think, important for transparency for everybody. So like when Sunny and me and Nas are working and we're like, hey, you're going to be going live, or let's go live this week, and Sunny has to bust out 3 to 4 hour bills a day, right? That's crazy. It's like 12 hours of coding and massive bills. That requires you to be able to withstand high pressure. I mean, you have 500 watching you, or 1,000 people watching you, 30,000 people watching your video in one day, or 100,000 people watching your video in like 2 days.
Exactly. And you just have to rise up to the occasion and show us that. Are you willing to do that? Or can you take on that sort of pressure? Because it is an important part of the role.
Yep. But then, you know, on the flip side, think about the skills and how you're improving. Then when you go to a job interview, you're fucking laughing at the interview because you're like, hey, I can handle debugging in front of 2,000 people live. I think I'll be fine during this one person who's like watching me debug. Like you will become that good.
Yeah. And it's so true what Kazi said. Like once you get into that position, job interviews become a breeze. Like really, really do become a breeze.
Also, I think other things that are important, just like don't have sense of entitlement. We don't like to work with people who have entitlement. If that's you, this is not the right place. Like we're really looking for people who have a lot of humility. So I do want to say that. A lot of humility, groundedness.
Stay humble.
None of us are trying to prove anything to each other. Like if Sunny has a good idea, then I will just tell Sunny, yo, your idea is better than mine. We'll just go with your thing. We don't allow our ego to get in the way of doing what's best for people, for them to get jobs. That's always the goal.
Yeah, 100%, dude.
Right. So staying humble is important. Having the humility, groundedness, beginner's mindset, all these things are very, very important. And just remember, like, if you're going to be working here, it's kind of like if you were working out with somebody who was like really jacked. When you work out with them, it's like one of the hardest workouts of your life. We are extremely hardworking team. This is why in 3 to 4 years, we're the fastest growing coding channel in the world. And give us a little bit more time and we're going to be like the best coding channel in the world. And for that, we need to work really, really hard. So oftentimes, you know, we're working like 5 to 6 days a week for 10 to 12 hours a day. You can choose somewhat within your own hours, but like those things are important to know as well.
Yeah. One thing I'll mention as well is being adaptive in your timing. So right now, Kazi's in LA, I'm in London, but we make it work with the time schedules. And that is a huge hour gap. So there's an 8-hour difference there, but we always find time to work together, to make calls, everything. So you have to be able to be adaptive around your time zone.
Yep. And a lot of the team is in California. So it's like a lot of the team is operating in PST. And, you know, it's like 7 a.m. to 5 a.m. Pacific, right? So this is in between this time is a really perfect time because then you're with the team. But if this is like really, really impossible preferably we want somebody who's operating at that time, because if you're going to be a core member of the team, like you have to be okay and be willing to be able to work with the rest of the team, like me, Nas, Sunny, Aaron, Frankie, all of us.
Yep, exactly.
Nas, can you think of other things, or can Sunny, if you can think of other things? But like we just want to make it. We're recording. I mean, this is like actual, like people are listening to this.
Okay.
Uh huh.
You get your shows builds. You come from the camera, passionate about teaching people.
Can you think of anything else, Sunny?
So even if you have skills like GraphQL, any new technologies up and coming, anything like that you can bring to the table. For example, Kazi, when I reached out to him, I introduced React, right? And then we pretty much took React and we ran with it. So if you come in with like GraphQL, Apollo, all those
experts at Tailwind,
even a huge one is server-side rendering. For example, if you're a server-side rendering guru and you can show that, then bring that across, because that will be something hugely valuable, and you can pretty much go ahead and run at speed with that.
And we're looking for people who, yeah, like this is, I think, important. And guys, we're going to be doing tons of project builds. Maybe some of this is not showing. I just realized because I probably had myself. So I removed myself. That's fine. Now it should be showing. But you're building tons and tons of projects, okay? So even David Burkowski right now is building tons of MERN stack projects. If you see what Sunny was doing is building TikTok and Tinder and Netflix and Amazon and all of these projects. Nas just recently built a Zoom clone project. So we're going to be building tons of real world projects. In your submission, if you can build some kind of project, like you built the Tesla landing page and you submit it to us with a video, very high chance you're going to go to the second round of interviews with us.
100%.
If you send us a video with you list app, that's going to be very tough. But, you know.
And try and do a